to another Ramadan series. We have been learning and all Ramadan long. This is super exciting. We're super excited to get into this one surah, okay? We're going to go through Surah Al-Fajr, which means dawn, and that is number 89. Yep. And hope you enjoy. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know your thoughts down below. Again, we're here to learn, and we're really, really trying to take advantage of this Ramadan to get a community together and learn from each other. Don't forget to subscribe to our Instagram page, where you can see exactly when we're going to come on Discord, so you can join in on the conversations.
Yep. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And like she said, we already went through, like, I just counted 22 surahs already, and we also taking quizzes and things like that. And yes, just join us and come learn. We're watching videos, we're having discussions, we're having disagreement, we're having agreement, we're having
quizzes.
Everything. Yeah, so just come and join us. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. 30 days of Ramadan series.
Tune in.
But I was gonna ask though, so
one of the surahs that we went through, Al-Kawthar, like, that's the one where we talked about the prophet was trying to get the I'm telling you, the prophet was trying to peace be upon him, like, have sons.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah,
and then you know,
they were making fun of him.
They were making fun of him and stuff and mocking him, and Allah was like, you know, they don't know what I know, right? Like, I have, you know, there's a river that, like, in Jannah, you know, that you're gonna be able to have access to it, and all this other stuff. Like, I have great things for you in the future, right?
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like, in that situation, you know, he was down because of a situation that happened in this worldly life, and that's an example of, like, we may not that just everlasting faith of, like, okay, you know what, I may not understand it, but I know at the end of the day, like, whatever is meant for me, you know,
is meant, and that's great. But it's also when you have nothing to fall back on, it's completely different. Where it's like you look right, there's nothing. You look left, there's nothing.
But I would disagree with that. Right. You know why? And I'm not trying to, like, speak from a place of privilege, but I do think that, like, if you're living in this life, there are things that you can find to be grateful for, right? And, like, I know people can be in, like, really, really bad situations and stuff like that, right? But I visually can see. I visually can hear. The people who can't visually see, you can hear. The people who can't hear, you can see. The people who can't do both, you have your arms. Like, they're the way that, even just when we think about, like, something as simple as just, like, our body, the way that, like, we don't even think, how many times did my heart have to beat and give blood throughout my entire body for my brain to work and for my whole body to work? Like, all of this thing that's happening are blessings that we're getting, and God is allowing every single millisecond for that to happen.
All of that is great. If I'm in a position of Congo, that's a great speech.
That's probably what they think, though.
I don't know what they think.
I think when you don't have.
Listen, I'm not there. I only seen other, like, people talk about it, and I don't even think people are. I think the only thing they're thinking about is survival. People being displaced, don't have homes, they're sleeping under, like, raining, like, they have people only using a bag over their head to sleep. So to me, I can't even speak to that because I don't know how that felt to be. And I thank God every day that I'm in the position that I'm in. I wouldn't want to be in that because I don't know what would that make me to be out. So what I'm saying, my question to everybody here was going to be, so the fact that like, they're going through all of that stuff. Would you, right? Because we're talking about, like, God tests everybody, right? Everybody tests is different, you know.
Facts.
And like, people say the hereafter, you know, that's what they mainly focus on. And I also say human nature, that it is always is part of all of us, right? That want to enjoy life here to a certain extent before you go. And so my question would be, would you trade places with one of those kids in Congo? One. Like, I know it's a crazy question. And if you know that you are going, your life is going to be, it's going to be great for you in the hereafter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Would you trade place today? Would you want to be one of those kids in Congo in the field that knowing that
if my life is guaranteed, like,
you said what?
said if my life is like guaranteed like a good hereafter.
Yeah, like would you do it in this lifetime?
If my life is guaranteed, like if I knew that, me personally, even though I can't say that because they don't know what their hereafter look like, but if it was like a guarantee like that for me personally, I probably would.
Bro.
Like no matter how hard, like not to like even change the thing, like people like you get tested the way you're tested like for you, right? And then they even said like, well, hardship come with ease, like in the like no like you don't get no test that's not like Allah would not give you anything or make life hard for you that you cannot bear it, like you within just you yourself. I'm not gonna say that you can
endurance.
Exactly. Like Allah is not just gonna give you something to the point where it's like you cannot handle it. Like like they're still surviving in a way, like you said, survival. They're still like making it work. Like them kids still get up and go play. They still like
no, they're not getting up and play. They're not getting up and play.
I'm just saying from our lenses, like it looked crazy because we're more privileged. Like you get what I'm saying? Like so
what about those people that commit suicide? You said that it's not gonna give you, because I don't agree with suicide, right? Like I don't want to speak on it because I know I don't want to get too much into it. But taking your life, like life is precious. That's how I look at it. You don't have to agree. So to me, when you say God, because what I'm saying is always a question. I always can bring up another question, right? Because when you say that God won't put you in a position that you can't handle
more than you can bear,
right?
Yes.
Okay, so but people take their own life, right? Which I don't agree with it, but my best friend took his own life. You get what I'm saying? So so my question would be like, and I seen him go through, like we were all going through our own struggle, but it's like it never crossed my mind. I'm like, oh yeah, he tough, but like he couldn't handle it.
Could he? I guess. I mean, it's tough to talk on things like this. Like
only Allah knows like those. I'm gonna be honest. Like me personally, I don't want, because like even me personally, like you said, they were strong. Those are like the people that I knew that was like strong mentally. But like me personally, like I don't know exactly what they were going through because it just happened. But at the same time, I cannot answer that. Only Allah knows what they were like going through. Me personally, I don't want to, because even me, I don't want to tell this to myself, deal with their problems anymore. Like it's like.
Like, could they have been able to bear it? Is the question. Like, as in,
I feel like they could have.
Like, if all the like, for example, with faith, with this, with the second part of what you read, right? Of, if they were to take the path of not. Of still seeing the silver lining and the light at the end of the tunnel, right? Yeah. And truly feeling that in their heart and really like having that strong faith in God of like, because a strong faith can get you through a lot. You get what I'm saying?
No, it is.
And because what does that mean? A strong faith means that like, even if I'm like, somebody is dragging me through broken glass right now, like I have this faith in my, like just psychologically that like a higher being got me and that I will be good. There is no if, but, maybe, etc. Like I will be good. I have a certainty that I'll be good. So do you feel like had they had and embodied that in their heart, that type of strong faith to the point where strong faith could be a delusion. Like somebody can look at you and be like, yo, everything is completely upside down in your life, but yet you are completely certain that like God got you. Yeah. You have to have a certain level of delusion. And had they had that certain level of delusion, do you feel like they would have been able to bear anything?
Yeah, other people can chime in too, because I want to get like Telly and the rest of y'all like and all that. Y'all can chime in too. But I think essentially what you're saying, like maybe also I want to know what the Quran say about suicide. But maybe you saying that the fact that their fate was like they didn't have a strong faith, so therefore they gave up on life. Is that what you're trying to say? I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but I'm just trying to understand.
Like I don't want to like, but if they had like a certain level of like delusional faith of this is at the end of the day, I know this is going to be good. Mm-hmm. Two can't exist in the same space. And
those delusional faith can also be detrimental if somebody take it to go to the extreme level.
What do you mean extreme level? Like
if somebody is strongly like, if you become because that delusional part right there, that's just like, all right, you can have faith and you can be you can have like a real like belief in your fate, but when it become delusional, when you feel like you have to die for this, whether it's
no.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
no. I'm not talking about like extremists.
Okay.
I'm saying delusion as in like
just strong.
My life is gonna be good.
I think when you
and
have
100%, there's no doubt in my mind that my life will be good. If two can exist in one space, I really believe that. If you really feel like 100%, my life is going to be okay. 100%, then what can't exist in that space is the feeling of I need to give up because I have certainty beyond reasonable doubt that I'm going to be good. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah. And I'm looking at it here, right? And these are the reason I ask questions.
You guys can talk. I don't want to.
Yeah, these are the reason why I ask questions. Anybody can chime in. These are the reason why I ask questions. And it's not even like to be, this will tell you, I ask questions about a lot of stuff. And for me, it's not easy to convince me, like, or whatever. Cause I want to,
I'm already.
if you got things that make sense, if it's logical, yeah, but I'm just not going to take anything like that. I like to look into it. But it says here that suicide is considered a cardinal sin. Can you look at what a cardinal sin is? In Islam, Muslims believe that those who have committed suicide to be forbidden from entering paradise. And do not kill yourself, declare in the Quran, nor kill one other. Allah is without a doubt most merciful to you. This is Surah An-Nisa, which we will cover later on down the line. What is a cardinal sin?
Hold on. You gotta understand too, right, Daughter?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of this stuff, right? Like, Allah gives you life. And even now, it says, what is it called? I don't even know. I don't want to say the ayah the wrong way, but Allah says, like, you will always, like, return back to Him. Like, Allah is the one that decrees your death.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, He gives you life. Like, did you give yourself life?
Yeah.
No.
You didn't give yourself life, right? You don't got the right to take your own life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
No, I'm saying like Allah, Allah gave you life, right? He blessed you with life. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, you don't have the right to take your own life. Like, me personally, I'm not gonna lie. This topic right here is very like sensitive to me.
So you know how when we were talking about the surah about the decree, right? Which one was that?
Al-Qadr.
Yeah. So it said that so it's talking about the night of decree, and how each year during the night of decree, you know, the angels will come down with what's to be decreed during that year.
Yep.
Essentially, and I didn't actually realize this, and this is one of the ones I had highlighted. Remember, because I was like, yo, I actually want to like in the future, like during this month at some point, we go back through that one. So essentially, you know how and Sank actually touched on this in like the faith versus free will and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so in the originally, the way that I thought about it is like, okay, fate, before you're born, everything is written, everything from beginning to end, right? But then that surah specifically said during the night of decree, which just happens like the last 10 days at one of the nights or whatever, you know, during Ramadan, God actually sends down the angels with what's to be decreed for that year. And it could be like, okay, Sally's gonna, you know, get a new job. Ben is going to get sick. Bob is going to pass away, right? Whatever's happening for that next year, it'll come down. And so my question is, then that makes it so that like it almost sounds like during that night is when the decree will come, and at that point that's the fates that will happen for that year. However, depending on what your free will and your actions, like whether it's dua and things like that,
and
you
what
can
you're asking for also can change it.
And it seems like ahead of the next year, so like it could almost, when the decree comes, this is like either reaffirming what was already written for you or shifting it based on your free will or based on certain situations. So it's almost like during this whole life, we are co-creating our life like with God. Like God already has it, but we have the free will to do certain things, and then that can whatever we do has its fate, if that makes sense. And so I guess my question with this, when we were talking about the suicide, and you could cut this part out, is do you guys think that if someone does pass away via suicide, that's the way that they were meant to pass away?
Great question. then that goes back to like
No.
that. Now that's a good question, because now that goes back to the free will, and if it's pre
or if that, because I mean, you said we're not the ones who bring us here, right? So maybe
question.
that's the way, because who can end someone if God doesn't allow that person to end? Like if it's not that person's time to end, they could take the medicine and then go to the hospital, and the hospital bring them back to life.
No. Listen. A lot of, like I said, a lot of stuff. A lot of things. I don't want to say like the wrong things when it comes to like stuff like that. Allah knows best, right?
Yeah.
Like with certain things, like I said, we didn't give each other life. We didn't just pop up. Hold on, give me a second.
There you go, you're good.
Because it's the same thing. If someone shoots someone to kill someone, was that the way that person was supposed to pass away?
Or if a baby get hit by a car.
Right. Or someone get an accident.
Remember we had this conversation, right?
Yeah.
This one, free will, and if it's like predetermined, situation goes. Cabinet he said, when somebody hit the baby, that did God hit the baby or you hit the baby?
In the car.
Right? Yes. Did you, like with the car, right? So now, if everything is written and everything is like, everything is written, we know how it's gonna go and all of that. So if somebody committed suicide, so that was put in the books that the person is gonna go out that way. Is that what you're saying? So if that's
my question.
So if that's the case, if that's not God's order, if that's not God doing that, then that's like taking power out of God's hands and giving power to humans to take matters into their own hands and going against whatever.
Humans die by the hands of humans every day.
Every day, yeah.
No. That's okay. This is what I'm saying, right? Like, this is how I look at it, right? Me personally, hopefully, I could word this like the best way that y'all could probably understand, right? So when it comes to like humans, right? Like we're humans, we're gonna sin, we're gonna do this, that, and the third, and we ask for forgiveness, right? If you go kill somebody, right? You could go kill somebody and still ask for forgiveness. When you kill yourself, you cannot act like you're done. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, when you go kill somebody, you could go ask for forgiveness or whatever the case may be. Me personally, this is how I look at it, right? When your time comes to die, like no matter how it is, right? When your time comes to die, I'm talking about whether you get shot. I'm not saying the person that kills themselves. Like me personally, I don't understand that part too much. So that's why I don't really want to give y'all like an answer on that. Cause I don't want to say the wrong thing. You get what I'm saying? But like somebody get up and go, like the day you die, right? No matter how you die, there's no way that you was not supposed to die that day. No matter how you died. You get what I'm saying? I look at life like that. Whether you get shot, whether you die in your sleep, whether you get cardiac arrest, whether you have cancer, no matter what it is, bro. Like no matter what it is, you were supposed to die that day. It's not about the action. It's just when death comes to you, when your time comes, bro, you're gonna like be gone. No matter how it happened, it doesn't really matter how it happens, to be honest.
Okay.
When it comes to like free will and Islam and like what's already predestined, I feel like it's very hard to just determine. There isn't like a fine line, so to say. But I do believe that yes, Muslims or just as humans, we do have free will to a certain extent. Like, okay, we have the choice to commit a sin, or we have a choice to do a good deed or whatever. I feel like that's within our control to a certain degree. But then what's already destined to happen, like it's going to happen regardless, if that makes sense. But we still have the choices. When it
like
comes
what's
to
out of our control.
Exactly. Like Laylatul Qadr, for example, a believer would obviously like make dua, Ya Allah, make me a better Muslim. Ya Allah, make me see, another year so I can perform Hajj or whatever. That's something that you're asking Allah to do, but it's already like a deed. You're seeking guidance, like you're seeking a good deed, you're seeking something. But like it's already destined to happen. If you're meant to see the Kaaba, you're going to see the Kaaba. But like you also have the choice to, I guess, route yourself towards that destination of going to see the Kaaba, if that makes any sense whatsoever. But like, that's why I say it's so hard. Like even in the Quran, there's no, well, again, to my knowledge, but Allahu Alam, there isn't like a specific verse that defines, hey, Muslims or Islam says this about free will and this about what's predestined. Like there isn't like a specific verse, unless you guys could just, show me. But I haven't seen anything so far, that says, hey, this is what we know about free will and this is what it says about what Allah has destined. We just know that Allah knows best. Allah knows all. Everything has already been written, but you also have choices to make. Like you choose to kill someone or you choose to commit suicide. That choice that you made, even though Allah had already, predestined or for you to die. But like, I don't know, it's so hard to just be like, hey, this is it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do agree.
Salam, guys.
How you doing? Is that you, bro?
Yeah, this is bro. I mean, I just wanted to add a little input on that thing. Personally, I would just say someone should like see it as not something static. Like it can shift, and I guess Allah has is like you can have it in two sections. I should also say, like what Allah has decreed is there, but it's not static. It can go up and down, or it can move some ways. In terms of like, let me just give an example. Allah has plans for everybody, but Allah also, in some scenarios, gives somebody, let's say, tuberculosis, a very big disease, that sickness will wash away his sins. Allah never wrote that before, but because his life was sinful, Allah will give him something that will make him feel like, suffer for it, and that washes away sins. That is a known fact in Islam, but you cannot say that was like predestined for him, So like things are not static in terms of like the whole idea. I would just add that.
Wait, hold on. You remember the other day I said this? I was to Mo and Tanti Jainabu. I said, yo, like based on your actions, like Allah will try to revert you back by punishing you in certain ways based on what you do as a person. Like based on what your actions can alter a lot. Like Numso was just saying, like Layla to Qadr, right? Like Allah has stuff like predestined for you already. Your du'as, that's based on your actions. Whatever you do, your the way you worship and stuff like that, it could alter it a little bit. It might not be to the point exactly. It might alter it a little bit. That's why, like, I'm glad Ebo just said this. Like, I'm glad, like, Allah will test you and like in certain ways to like He will punish you in a way, but it's to revert you back. But the what is it? What's the word we're using right now? Free will. Like if you have free will, like all of us right now, like we're not angels. The angels are the only ones. They're not just. The angels are the ones that are built to just like worship Allah. That's all they know. Like us, we got free will. We could get up and do whatever. Like Sun said, your actions. Like you could get up and go kill somebody. You can do whatever you want to do. But like I don't want to say Allah decreed you to get up and go do that. You get what I'm saying? Allah didn't decree you to get up and go kill somebody. Like I don't think Allah like decreed that for you. It's based on your actions, the way you live your life. The way you live your life is the same way you would die. That's how they said it in Islam.
I do think that it is all the things that you cannot control that are not in your immediate control. And then maybe like that night of decree, maybe it's an annual thing. And I actually want to take homework back and do more research and see what people say and what scholars say about that. Is it like an annual reaffirming or change of decree? You get what I'm saying? Like, is it every Ramadan, every year, during the special night where what's going to happen for the next 24 months is either going to be confirmed or you've done something but via your free will that is going to shift what's going to happen like to you, like things that are out of your control.
Yeah. So
I also see that part as just me looking for the right terminologies. Realterations, like realtor, like what. Let's say, bad things are lined up for you, my guy, but with du'as or with Allah's mercy, He alters all that and, mix some good and bad and all that. I'll just use one word for that, Laylatul Qadr, like, for the next 24 months, things can change and, for the better or, meet you at the middle. I was just thinking like that personally.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like having these conversations kind of hard. Like one of these days, like please, like get an imam in here, cause like all of us right here, right? Like we're still like students of like knowledge and stuff like that. I'm not an imam. Like I don't know who's the imam in here, but like if you get like somebody like a real you're like a real knowledgeable person, like a lot of these questions, they will be able to like answer it in the best of their knowledge. Cause like a lot of stuff we cannot answer. Like I said, a lot of things like we sit here and question, like Allah knows best. Like we cannot, like certain things we just like hard to answer, bro, from a human like mindset and human perspective.
Yeah, true. But I mean, this type of knowledge too, it's not that common out there. It's a deep knowledge called something different in terms of like Islamic knowledge. You don't get this by just going to Makkah or reading the Quran deep.
Yeah,
so you get it from like stories you've heard or just like, deep, criticism and all that. But I mean, it's just something so broad about the destiny and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So perfect. I'm gonna play a video, right, of and a scholar is talking about. I could play multiple videos, whatever, where they breaking down free will and destiny, and then to see if we can get it.
And it's like a quick 3 minute.
Yeah, it's like quick one.
My question is that
can y'all hear it? Let me know if y'all can hear it. Ebro, if he just came in, click on, what is it called?
Watch stream.
Watch stream.
Or something like that.
There should be something on your phone that say watch stream, and you should click on it, and then you'll be able to watch the video. Did you do it? Let me know if you did.
Yeah, let us know if you could see the
Hold on, let me do it this way.
Well, you took it off.
Okay.
Okay. I just put it back on.
Do you guys see it now?
It's working.
Okay,
perfect.
All right, I'm gonna play it now.
I was away. Is he on the chat, you said?
Yeah,
click watch stream or something like that. You'll see something that popped up that said watch stream.
On the top.
At the top, yeah.
All right.
I don't know if he got it yet.
Wait, hold on, play it real quick so I can see if I can hear it, daughter.
Okay.
Islam is invalid because I can't understand the concept of qadr.
You hear it?
I believe that Allah.
Did anybody hear that?
Yeah.
We can hear.
Ebro,
Well, at least I can.
Ebro, did you hear it?
No, I can't even see it. There's too much messages. I just came in.
You probably have.
It says like watch.
It's not in the chat. It's in the top of the screen, like the top of like everybody's faces, like everybody's profile picture.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was in
it's at
the
the top.
chat section.
Okay. If you see it, let me know so I can play it.
Like stream or something. Watch stream.
You see it now, Ebro?
Yeah, I see it now.
Okay, perfect. I'm about to play it.
Okay.
My question is that I feel that my Islam is invalid because I can't understand the concept of qadr. Like I believe that Allah is all wise, all knowing, and just, and He created everything. But I don't understand how can we have free will, and at the same time, Allah is it who decreed our actions, or am I misunderstanding something? Please, could you clear this topic?
Okay, predestiny is related to knowledge. Allah's knowledge and Allah's qudrah, ability, is displayed in the predestiny. Now you say, how could it be that Allah has written my destiny and I have free will? So I ask you, do you have free will? Yes or no? The answer would be yes, most likely. Because you can't say no, you don't have free will. Otherwise, I'll put you on top of the highest building in Vienna and ask you to jump. And you have no other choice but to jump because you don't have free will. Definitely you say, no, I'm not going to jump. If I bring you a burning stone, a burning piece of coal, it's burning, and I say, grab it with your hand. So, no, I'm not going to burn myself. You have free will. The issue is, do you know what Allah has predestined for you? The answer is no. Do you know when Allah predestined that you will die? The answer is no. Do you know what Allah predestined that you will get as provision? What will you make in your next exams, how your career path would be, who you will marry, how many children you will have, or maybe you not no children at all. Do you know any of this? He said, no. In this case, why not sit home and wait for it to happen? He said, no, Sheikh, I have to study in order to get a job, and I have to work in order to earn, and I have to earn in order to get married. So you're doing it. This is your free will. But you don't know what Allah predestined for you. Therefore, trusting Allah, because Allah's knowledge is not like our knowledge. Our knowledge is limited to 3 dimension, to what's in this studio. I don't know what's out of the door, outside of the door of the studio. And no one knows. But Allah knows what had happened, and what is happening, and what will happen in the future, and what would not happen in the future. If it were to happen, how would things be? So Allah's knowledge is unlike anyone in this universe, because He's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So feel the content in your heart, and don't allow shaitan to mess up with you. You don't know what will happen in the future. But thinking positively of Allah, knowing that Allah is all wise, all fair, all just, all knowledgeable, and possesses everything, that He will not be unfair to any of us at all.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Wait, yo, Dada.
Yeah.
Remember that one time we was on Clubhouse, I said, yo, like, you got free will, but Shaitan plays the part of like you doing like evil deeds, right? But like most of the evil that happens, like we do our own stuff, but like Shaitan like encourages it. Like, remember I said that before, but people were saying like it wasn't like you cannot blame Shaitan. Like he's a big like you could like that's a big blame. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like a lot of things, like he just said, like
Yeah, but you're also part of the blame. Like he can he can I guess like influence you a little bit, but at the end of the day, you have the free will.
No, you have the free will, but like a lot of people don't understand. Like Shaitan will like beautify things to you to make it seem like this is like the way to go. Like we're human beings, bro. Nobody like other than like you being sincere and Allah putting that like sincerity in you for real, for you to understand the religion, bro. Like Shaitan is not like I feel like people underestimate when it comes to that. Like I'm not like people underestimate that.
Of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like Prophet Adam alayhi salam. Like Shaitan got to him, so
you got Adam. Like who are we exactly? Like he was like
the way he'll be. Like you said, best. I think you actually just like quoted the Quran. Like Shaitan beautifies things. So of course, it's mad. We're so set to like we're gonna fall for it. It's just one repenting and acknowledging. Okay, I don't know, man.
No, I think you're missing something. Shaitan has the ability to mess around and all that, but we cannot justify doing bad because Shaitan exists. Because
no. We're not justifying. Yeah, we're not justifying.
No, it's not. Like what I'm trying to say is
it's a factor.
It's not something that somebody can claim. Okay, Shaitan exists. That's why something happened. There are mechanisms down that you can.
No, Ibro.
The only reason why
let's just hear him out.
What I'm trying to say is there are mechanisms down to not for Shaitan not to be able to influence you in any way. So that makes it impossible for you to justify or somebody to justify a bad deed that's coming from Shaitan.
There's no way Shaitan is not gonna. There's no way that Shaitan cannot whisper to you or anything. No, none of us are not.
But like it shouldn't make an impact though. There are stuff laid down that you can block him out.
No, I get what you're trying to say. Point. Like, like all of that type of stuff, whatever you think of, bad stuff or whatever the case may be, there's ways you could do it, right? But my thing is, like I said, whatever, we're human beings, right? We all have something like evil stuff within us that we...
Sorry to block you, Lami. Is this our conversation still connected to free will?
I'm just, this is my last thing that I'm saying about this. Like, this do go back to free will in a sense. Like, we have free
if
will.
it's connected, then we cannot say, or somebody cannot say Shaitan was, Shaitan did this on.
No. That's not, no. You know why I said it goes hand in hand, right? You as a person, right? You have free will. If you're going down the wrong path, right? You make mistakes, and then like Shaitan will beautify it to the point where it's like you stop making like repentance on it. Like a lot of people are like that. That's what I'm trying to say. A lot of people,
people are like that, but
that's where the connection comes with that. Like Shaitan will beautify certain things. No matter, like we're human beings, but we're gonna sin no matter. There's no perfect human being like amongst us right here. Everybody have their own thing inside of them, and that's the thing Shaitan is gonna take out of you and beautify it, because this is like an evil thing that you have, that you're fighting, or whatever the case may be. If that makes sense, like you have the free will. You have the free will to get up and do whatever you want to do. You get what I'm saying? Like that's just the what is it? The comparison that I'm trying to make. Like Shaitan and that thing.
Yeah, I mean, like the Sheikh, the video just played, just explained everything. Like yes, something Allah is playing in the background. Like let's just believe in Him and all that. But yeah, you gotta take charge
of your life.
So I take accountability.
I'm with Ebro a little bit, because if you do something right, you blame it on Shaitan. Okay, cool, and you do it again, and then who's to blame?
The one thing that I would say is
you're not. You're not blaming them. It's a factor in it. It's not like I said. Say you do a sin, right? Say you do a sin right now. You go back to Allah. You repent. Boom. You repent to Allah. That thing that's inside, whatever you did, right? It's a part of you. It's not even like you did a mistake or whatever. Shaitan will beautify it. Like he will make it seem like it's your mental. He changes it. Like it's like he beautifies it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Say one thing.
It's not like necessarily blaming like Shaitan.
Yeah, it's not blaming him.
The only reason why we're even here, the only reason why bad exists, like bad is the thing, is because of Iblis, like, just going against Allah. So like saying that Shaitan doesn't have a factor in it would just basically be denying the whole existence.
I think it's the language that Lamin use, because Lamin say, remember I say Shaitan is the blame. I think that's what Televin say, no, you can't use it. I think it's the language.
No, I didn't say the blame. No, I say Shaitan plays a part of it. I didn't say he was the blame. He plays a part.
One thing that I would say... Yeah, one thing that I agree, and that's why like the idea of beautifying it, absolutely, especially like, because even here we live in the West, right? There are so many things that every day is now seem to be normal, right? But like because we've grown, what is it, not accustomed, but like used to seeing certain things, right? So things and lifestyles and whatever else just seem very normal, and like becomes and that's why it's important to like remember these things and remember and stand guard at like your heart, stand guard at like your faith, your heart posture, your eyes, your mind, stand guard like at with yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like always check yourself in certain situations, because I agree there are certain things that, and discipline, but not only just discipline, but like standing guard 100%, because there are certain things that are part of like this, our generation or whatever, that we may think is normal and that's being normalized, but like it's not okay.
Discipline.
You get what I'm saying?
Discipline is a big thing.
And
sorry. One other thing, Ebro. One other thing. The thing is, I was watching this video on YouTube, and then they were talking about like I was watching this video, and one of the things that they said is like, when you don't even realize that you're being deceived is the best kind of deceit that like Shaitan has. Like when you don't even realize that what you're doing is bad, because in your mind this is good, this is fine, it's kosher, it's fine, whatever. That is the best type, because you in your mind think you're doing something good, or think that like it is completely okay. Like that's the best type of deceit.
It's like knowledge.
Like just to add on to what Numso just said, like that's how idolism even came into play.
Absolutely. I just got chills.
That's literally how it was created. That's how
got chills. Oh my God. So, listen, I was watching
Ebro still didn't talk.
Oh, sorry, Ebro. Go ahead.
There you go.
No, finish the thought.
Okay, I was watching when you talk, I didn't like it wasn't up until maybe like the last 2 years or whatever that I realized, or even 1 year, that I realized, like, we talk about don't idolize, right? In my head, I'm like, okay, I'm not thinking about anything, any other entity as God. I only believe in one God. That's it. So I'm good. I'm not idolizing anything. But then you realize, then within the last year, I'm, watching different lectures and things like that. And so at first I'm thinking, oh, it's just idols and things like that. I'm good. But then you realize, no, when you're idolizing can mean something as simple as your favorite artist, the way that you are. You go to these concerts, they tell you to jump, you jump. They tell you to, you literally, some people will literally lick the floor that certain people live in, or spend so much money, or like, no, but idolizing like artists and celebrities is a huge thing. Yeah. And then also, besides idolizing artists and things like that, I was watching a video, he was talking about Al-Falaq, and he was saying like seeking protection. Yeah. And one of the things that he said is even seeking protection against like idolizing yourself. You may not even realize on a day-to-day and whatnot, but like sometimes people idolize themselves when they think like, oh, I'm so much better, I'm this, and when they're arrogant, and even that, checking your heart posture and checking yourself for even just self-idolization.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just touched on my point. I guess I was going there. Like the Fulanis here will help me look for the terminology, but wonky king, like the Naf song, like you have to fight it. It's you yourself. The soul is like you, but you have to fight it because he always wants fun. He wants the best things that could even lead you to like being a bad person. He wants this, he wants that, but you fighting it is your mission. To like, let's just give a perfect example. Even the good people fall into that mistake, to that trap. Somebody's having a marriage, like he's getting married. Your close person or your best friend. I bet you your soul will want to go like in the wedding, like on the wedding day, spray $10,000 on that floor, rather than giving that 10,000 2 weeks or 1 month before the marriage itself to that friend of yours. Both things are good, but the soul will want to spread the money on that floor that day, rather than just silently giving that friend that 10K to help in that wedding. Just like look into that. What the soul wants is to show off, although you're doing good, not hiding the money, giving it to your friend. So like these examples falls into like many instances.
That's the human aspect of it, though. I agree.
You just have to fight the soul.
Okay.
So, I agree with you. I agree because that's the human aspect of it, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Go ahead.
No, I mean that was it. I just wanted to bring that up. Like we just have to fight ourselves.
Yeah. Since the concert, it took a little turn because we watched the video and then we kind of went away from it a little bit. But I mean, I think we done talked about it enough. Whatever. Well, for me, the key takeaway for me when it comes to the predestination and free will, it's not cut and clear. For me, that's just something that's just kind of blurry for me. But yeah, we can kind of move on from there. I think that video, I think that video made sense of, like what Ibro said. Your free will. You have to get up and you have to do all these different things. You have to go get it. If you don't study for the exam, you're not gonna pass the exam. But the destiny, I think, is just in terms of God's knowledge and He knows
and knows and understands. And I almost see it as God knows if I were to study what that path is gonna be. If I don't study, what that path is gonna be. Like all like 1 + 1 equal or X + Y equal. God always know what it equals to. You figure out which path you want to take, but depending on what you take, he'll always know what the result will be.
Okay, so
your duas can alter that too in terms of like I don't think destiny
we
can add exams in it, but if we have to, duas can help you make it easy. You know, I mean, like words can help.
To Numso's point, you know how like when they be like, "Oh, fate," like what's written for you is for you, right? Me, I think to her point, there's different avenues that's being laid down, right? If you take this route, this is where it's going to lead to. Like these are the hurdles you're going to go through to get to whatever you're trying to get to. If you take this road, this is what you're going to go through. So the road A might be, you do bad and like God may want to punish you or or make it longer for you to attain your objective, right? Whereas like route B, you're kind of doing it like the proper way and like and that I guess that's simpler if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So am I making sense?
No,
I mean, another example we can look to is like in the Quran, like the prophet. The story of Prophet Nuh. It was predestined that there's going to be like that flood, right, where the water is coming from the sky and the earth. It was it was predestined that was going to happen. Now the choice was people to either listen to Prophet Nuh and get on the ark, or to believe that there is no mighty power, like Allah doesn't exist. So you have a choice, basically. I guess that's like another story that we could refer to when it comes to free will and what's already predestined to happen.
Those are all great examples, and there's other example where you guys won't be able to answer, and I think that's where the line is like blurry for me. I mean, we talked about he has the knowledge, but also he's the one that make you who you are. He already know what you're gonna do, so he already created you and also is aware that what you're going to do. So when we're talking about free will, it has to apply to a baby, to a person that commits suicide. It has to apply to everybody. Because a baby don't just like the girl we talked about that went to school with us, her baby got hit by a car. Like the baby doesn't have any free will. That's a baby. Or does that doesn't count. The person that committed suicide, it's like they say that, that's forbidden, right? But he knows the person is going to commit suicide. So, but he give him a choice to either not commit suicide or commit suicide. Because to me, it's like it's kind of like we can give him multiple scenarios where it's like, yeah, you got to study for your test in order to get an A, but the baby accidentally getting hit by a car or whatever the case may be, it's like, or whatever the case may be.
The baby scenario, I've listened to like an imam, like, I've listened to like people that knows the deen on the baby, just the scenario for the baby. Those incidents is like before somebody gets to the stage where they can make decisions for themselves, which is the babies, they are guaranteed Jannah. So I wouldn't see it as a negative thing in terms of like the baby scenario. It's automatic.
No, not a negative, Ebro. Like just a question of free will. I guess we can look at it this way. God knows what's gonna happen. It's up for you. Right. It's up to you to either go left or go right. But I just know what you're gonna do. So
let's go.
Overall, we're about to wrap up.
Yeah, we're about to
right now. Overall, I think like
this was a great convo.
Yeah, it took several turns and twists and things like that. But I think overall, like we talked about being positive, right? We talked about different ways Allah tests people through hardship or through abundance of wealth, right? And the importance of trying to see the silver lining and trying to see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? Always having faith in your heart can have a significant impact on how you live your life day to day. We understand that, there are a lot of people who are in a very, very less fortunate situations and circumstances which can be tough for them, and we pray every day that like God grants them peace and whatnot in their life.
Yeah. No, yeah, that was good. That was good. I appreciate everybody that showed up. Thank you guys for coming.
Yes, that was so insightful. Yeah. We went like this, and then
that was a great conversation.
I'm so grateful for everyone who joined the conversation today. I feel like I've learned a ton. I'm really, really grateful for the fruitful conversations that we're having.
Yep. And I think, like you said, like it was a great conversation, and thanks to everybody that showed up.
Yep.
Lamin in particular, he liked to have a long conversation. He want to draw his point,
Passion.
and he bring up a lot of good topics and good counter argument, which make the whole conversation even a lot better and things like that. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and come join us. The Discord is in the description. Share with your friends and come join and come learn. And if there's a imam out there that you know that also want to join, because we would like to ask them questions of things that we don't clearly understand, to get a better understanding of things or a verse or whatever, they're more than welcome to come and show up and and participate. So
yeah, we're dropping a video every single day. So definitely tune in. And honestly, after Ramadan, we'll privately have, closer family and friends to continue the study. But connect with us, you guys. And I really hope you enjoyed.
We out.
Hold of your iman, don't give in to shaitan. Oh, you who believe, please give thanks to Allah. Allahu Ghafoor, Allahu Rahim, Allahu yuhibbul muhsinin. Huwa khaliquna, huwa raziquna, wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. Allah is Ghafoor, Allah is Rahim, Allah is the one who loves the Muhsinin. He is our creator, He is our sustainer, and He is the one who has power over all. Give thanks to Allah for the